We will begin the session now. You will remain aware of everything that goes on.
Okay.
We're going to find an incident in your life you have an exact record of. Then, by sending you through it at the time it happened, we're going to reduce it. We will reduce the pain. Go to the beginning of that incident. Tell me what's happening.
Well, these things get also
I joined in
intertwined.
And a bunch of young kids like I was
We
young.
were all very heated, very excited about this.
Can you recall a time when you were happy?
I think the first time I saw Habit and I was
I
in
think you did
awe.
because you thought you were doing good. I mean, so you had some gratification.
Oh, I felt a tremendous amount of relief.
I've got the answers for everything within the religion.
What are you most afraid of?
It was dark.
3 in the morning, there's a knock on the hotel room door.
Stop. I'll say whatever you want. I'll write up anything
And I
you
flipped
want.
out. I mean, I started punching holes in the walls.
Just things didn't seem quite right.
And you just feel so foolish at that point.
Do you have a secret you're afraid I will find out?
Yes.
Yes.
Go to the beginning of that incident.
Okay, all right.
Tell me about it.
I was 21 years old, living in London, Ontario, Canada. I wanted to be a documentary filmmaker. And someone had told me about what they said there's this cult in New York called Scientology, which I'd never heard of. And if you give them all your money, they'll make anything possible in your life. And about 6 months later, I was walking down the street. This guy was there selling books. Then I realized they were all the same book, Dianetics, which again, I'd never heard of. He handed me one and asked me to look at it. I was talking, I wasn't really listening to him. Because I opened the cover and it said, stamped on the inside page, said Church of Scientology. And I said, take me there.
All right.
All right, here we go.
I'm not a great multitasker, you know, and if I feel like doing something, that's what I do. And I was into this shit, and I was becoming an auditor. Like, I was in Scientology probably 4 months, and I had done more than John Travolta had done, and he'd been there for 85 years or some shit. My agents call, you know, you got an audition, fuck it, I don't really, you know what I mean? I've always on about a spiritual adventure, and this was like, whoa, this is an interesting road, you know? So, what was the question?
So tell me, how was it you first got involved in Scientology?
Well, I was introduced to it by some friends. I don't know if they said it or if it was just talked about by others that they had superpowers. And I was like really young, but I thought I'd like to have superpowers. But also I had done so much political social work. So this really looked like it was a solution to handling a lot of the world's problems. Instead of trying to handle things en masse, you could deal with it person by person, make each person better, and thus the world would get better in short order.
Well, thank you very much, and welcome to our whole new world. It's a world where the operative phrase reads, exceeding all expectations, transcending all parameters, extending the boundaries beyond any boundary, not to mention Godspeed, lightning speed, and a quantum leap in sheer rapidity of progress up the bridge. We're out to make every life extraordinary. And if by chance it ever seems laborious or a sacrifice, then you are looking at the off-ramps instead of the highway. You are missing the signpost up ahead, the one that reads, next stop, infinity.
Probably my favorite concept of Scientology is a world without criminality, a world without war, and a world without insanity. And I know of no other group that their goals are that clear. Look, you name me another philosophy, religion, or technology that one of its main goals, besides the three I mentioned earlier, where joy is the operative concept.
These are the times now, people, okay? These are the times we will all remember. Were you there? What did you do?